It's very peaceful, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And very hopeful.
Yes, yes.
Hopeful.
Yes, it is. Is the nausea going away?
Mm-hmm, a little bit, yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm. What are the pills that I took?
I gave you Zofran, which is
for nausea.
for nausea,
Mm-hmm.
and I gave you the Decardon, which I hadn't given you this morning, which will probably help a little bit with the headache.
Mm-hmm.
It help with the swelling.
Did you take it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did.
I don't want to live like this for the rest of my life. That is really asking a lot. My purpose is not to communicate that I know a lot of vocabulary, that I know how to turn the phrase. There's a columnist in Washington, Emmett Terrell, and he loves to throw in a word that you never have seen before. Because he wants you to say, oh, that Emmett Terrell has a great vocabulary. But think about it. He's in the business of communicating. And the theme of suffering really appealed to me, and how people deal with suffering. So literature or any inspirational resources that dealt with, the human condition, always interested me. So any kind of spiritual ministry or biblical texts, Eckhart Tolle, any inspirational resource always appealed to me. Books, poetry, anything that offered glimpses of something beyond ordinary understanding.
Was that way, do you think, why you got into alcohol and stuff at one point, because of the fact that it was a transcendental mirage or whatever?
Where I got inspiration from AA, or is that?
No, from the drug itself, when you first,
No, basically I was drinking to escape.
Oh.
Like any alcoholic, I was drinking for, the sense of relief and release. And then I crashed because I had an episode where I learned very quickly that if I continued drinking, it was going to be a mess. So I got the message, and I started going to AA, and AA is all built around spirituality. The whole basis of AA is spiritual. One of the major characters in the story of AA is Carl Jung. I don't know Carl Jung's writings. Perhaps at some point, if I can read again, I should go back and revisit Carl Jung. Because somebody asked him many years ago, Carl Jung, how do I get sober? They wanted his advice about how to get sober. And Carl Jung had the humility to say, I can't get anybody sober, but getting sober is a spiritual experience. It's a spiritual experience. I told Carolyn at some point down the way, I'd like to lead an AA meeting. And it would be very different. A lot of people get up and they give this boring drunk-a-log, you know. I started drinking 15 years ago, and you just start, God, when are they going to finish? And I would immediately get people talking, get them participating, and I would ask the group, this is going to be a different AA meeting. I'm going to get you all talking soon. Is there anybody in the room who is now dying to have a drink? You know, speak. Tell me about your struggles to get sober. What is it like to crave a drink? What is it like to deny yourself a drink when you're craving a drink? And speak, and get them to speak. And then, depending on what they say, ask them questions. Ask them questions. What is it that you think that this bottle of gin will do for you? Well, it'll make me feel better. Well,